Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the portfolio. As I do with every video, I want to say thank you to all the supporters on the channel. Definitely have been showing the channel quite the support over the past 1 year of trading. All the viewers, all the subscribers out there. Again, if you guys have any questions on the portfolio, any video content ideas you want seen posted, please let me know in the comment threads down below. More requests I get on any one particular video topic, more likely I'll be putting that video out, so please keep those coming. For today's video, in response to a number of viewers on the channel, I thought I'd talk a little bit about some trades you can make at the end of the year. Tomorrow will be the last day of trading for this tax year. To save money when it comes to tax time, you can actually take stocks that you are having a loss on, a losing position, selling those off intentionally for a loss, and then using those losses to offset capital gains, essentially saving yourself at tax time. If you remember from the capital gains tax rates that I have posted up here, I've talked about these on prior videos. What you're hoping is that when you do sell a stock off for a gain, you're falling into the long-term capital gains rate tax bracket, the L/T gains bracket on the right, as you see up on screen, the 0%, 15%, and 20% tax brackets. If you buy a stock, hold it for less than 1 year, and then sell it off, unfortunately, you have to pay taxes on all gains according to your taxable income, ordinary income. So those are the tax brackets on the left there: 10, 15, 25, 28, 33, 35, and 39.6%. One caveat is those are somewhat lower this year, 2018 tax year, but they're still considerably higher than the long-term capital gains rates on the right there. So if you make up to, and again, these are changed a bit for the 2018 tax year, if you make up to $36,900, if you buy a stock, hold it for a year or more, and then sell it, you're paying 0% on any gains. Otherwise, you'd be paying 10 or 15%. Likewise, if you have income up to $406,750, you pay 15% if you buy a stock, hold it for longer than a year, and then sell off. Otherwise, you're going to be subjected to 25, 28, 33, or even 35%. And if you make over $406,750, you're going to be paying around 40% if you buy stock and then sell it off. One of the reasons I don't do a lot of swing trading or day trading in any stock that I'm holding for the longer term, just because that tax rate will wipe out quite a few gains. An example, if you buy a stock for $100, sell it for $200, the capital gains you'll have to pay is on $100. If you do it, again, less than 1 year, you're going to be paying $40 of that back to the federal government. If you do it over 1 year, you're only going to be paying $20. So you made a 20% return by simply doing nothing other than delaying your sell order, buying a stock, holding it for a year, and then selling off. Quite powerful, and one of the main reasons I no longer do any day or swing trading with Portola Pharmaceuticals or Ford, the two largest holdings in my portfolio. So talking about Portola Pharmaceuticals here, this is definitely the riskiest stock in the portfolio, and unfortunately it is now in a very large losing position. If we take a look at the 1 week graph here, it's up 12.07%, but that's only because it's been trending down quite considerably, 18.19% over the past 1 month of trading, 3 months 35.97%, and 1 year of trading down 63.87%. I've detailed this stock on the channel for quite some time. I definitely have been warning people that this is the riskiest stock in the portfolio. Did not see it trending down 63.87%. Because of that, I have a very large loss. But you can take advantage of that by intentionally selling off at a loss and then using those losses to offset capital gains. So for example, if you buy a stock for, let's say, $100, it trends down to, let's say, 0. In this hypothetical example, you're essentially losing $100 per trade. With those losses, you can offset any gains you make to negate those tax issues. So you don't have to pay tax on any of those losses that you offset. So you can save yourself quite a bit of money. Unfortunately, you can only offset $3,000 per year. I don't think it's changed for this next tax year here, but any of those losses over $3,000 you can carry forward. So you can carry those forward for many years in advance, taking advantage of offsetting any gains in the market until all of those losses come back to zero, which you hope are sooner than later, and you're not continuing to carry over losses year to year. One big caveat, one big thing that you cannot do when doing this type of strategy is buying back the stock right after you sell it off. So for example, tomorrow, let's say I go ahead and sell off Portola at a loss, take the advantage of being able to offset any gains I've made over the past 1 year, I cannot simply buy the stock back on the next day of trading after the New Year's. I can't buy it back, and importantly, I can't buy any equivalent stock back. So I can't buy another pharmaceutical stock back. Essentially, what that is doing is a wash sale. So a wash sale is a sale of a stock at a loss and repurchase of the same or substantially identical security shortly before or after. So I can't move a lot of this money into another pharmaceutical stock. I can't rebuy the stock at least for 30 days after making the trade. So a big caveat there. A lot of folks will try to sell the stock off for a loss and then buy it back immediately the next year. You cannot do that. You can buy other stocks in other sectors, and you can then buy the stock back or other pharmaceutical stocks back later, 30 plus days, and still get the benefits of the offsetting of capital gains. So a little bit of a trick you can do at the end of the year. It gets a little bit more sophisticated, but that is essentially what you're doing. Selling off for a loss on purpose, taking out a loss to offset capital gains, and then moving that money into other stocks, or then rebuying that stock back, but it has to be after 30 days, I should say. You can't simply sell the stock off and then buy it back immediately. You do have to wait for a period of time, 30 days at the minimum, to buy either Portola back or whatever stock you sold off, or the other market segment stocks in that particular market segment. So for example, with Portola here, if I did sell it off for a loss, I could take the advantages of selling that off, offsetting capital gains, saving the tax amount I would have to pay the federal government at the end of the year, but then I would have to buy back another sector stock or wait at least 30 days before buying Portola back. So that is tax loss harvesting, a way of making a little bit of money back with a large loss, selling a large loss off on purpose in order to gain those tax benefits. Again, it gets a little bit more complex. It gets definitely more complicated with very complex trades, but that is the very basic way of making some money. You sell off a stock at a loss, offset capital gains, and then with the wash sale rule, you can't buy that stock back or any other stock in that particular market segment, or any stock that's substantially similar to the stock that you sold off until 30 days, and then you can buy that stock back. So again, just wanted to kind of put this video out for the next day of trading. The 31st will be the last trading day of the year. If you want to take advantage of this particular method of saving tax money at the end of the year. Again, this was a viewer suggested video. A lot of viewers were wondering a little bit about how you can sell off a stock to save money, as well as the wash sale rule. Very, very important. So if you do sell off for a loss, again, you cannot buy a stock back that is substantially similar to the stock that you sold. So if you sold off consumer staples, you can't buy back a consumer staple stock. If I sell off Portola here, I can't buy back Portola or a pharmaceutical stock. Same goes with any of the other market segment stocks. So that is how you can do some tax loss harvesting, as well as what a wash sale rule is and why it is so important at the end of the year. So again, thank you to those viewers who suggested this video. If there's any questions about what we're doing exactly, let me know. I'll try to do another update video tomorrow during trading. I think it is a shorter day tomorrow, being New Year's Eve, but there should be some trading up until noon, I believe. But if there is any changes with that, I'll make sure to do an update video for you guys as well. So again, if you guys enjoy the content on the channel, if you guys enjoyed the video series, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Until next video, we'll see you then.